starting in our puppy pose with hands on the wheel. So rolling the hands onto the wheel, rolling the wheel forwards. Take your knees hip distance apart, and then start to bring the hips forwards over the knees, working slowly into the shoulders. So this is quite intense. It's a lot harder than the usual puppy pose on the floor. So work into it gradually. You can come up on a breath in, and on the exhale, roll the hips forwards, rolling the wheel forwards. Let's do 10 of those. So that's 1, 2, if you want to, you can lift the feet off. 3. So the natural inclination is to pivot on the knees. So making sure you have a little padding under the knees if you're on a hard surface. Beginning to engage into the abdominal area, drawing navel to spine. Also lifting into your pelvic floor. Let's do another 3. So dropping the head between the arms. Another 2. You feel a stretch in the front of the body into the abdominal area. Maybe hold on the last one for 5 seconds. Lifting the feet up, drawing the feet towards the heels. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the feet and placing the hands down on the floor. Coming into puppy pose on the floor so you can feel the difference. So dropping the head, the forearms to the mat, keeping the hips high over the knees. Scoop the belly up. Steady breaths. In through the nose and out through the nose. Inhaling, lift the head, lift the chest, walk the hands back. So taking our bellies onto the wheel now. To come into the modified upward facing dog. So tuck the toes, squeeze into the thighs, roll the shoulders back and down. So we have the wheel underneath our tummies. Lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Squeeze the thighs, squeeze the glutes. Drop the knees down. And then lean forwards just a little bit more into the wheel so you can grab hold of the feet. So grabbing hold of the feet, pull into the feet, lift the chest, flex the feet, lift the chest, lift the gaze. 5 breaths. Exhale to look down, release the feet. And then draping over the wheel the other way. So open the front. And do a little bit more of that now. So taking the wheel to the very lower part of the spine. So to push into the feet hip distance apart. Roll yourself back over the wheel. Straightening out the legs and then slowly dropping the shoulders back and down. And then reaching the arms back. Hands land on the floor behind you. Point your toes, squeeze into the thighs. Another 5 breaths. Slowly inhaling, roll yourself forwards, pulling onto your feet on the mat to land the bottom back down. So that's draping over the floor. Let's do some shoulder shrugs off the wheel. Starting first, allowing the shoulders to relax and then pushing into the floor. So we're in tabletop. So push into the floor. Do another 5. Scoop the belly up. So we're doming the space between the shoulder blades. Shoulder protraction. This is really good for any arm balances or handstand work. And now we're going to tuck the toes and do the same thing in plank. Tuck the toes, squeeze into the thighs. Dome the space between the shoulder blades and then release down. 5, 4, squeeze into the thighs, the glutes. 2, and 1. Drop the knees down. Give your wrist a little roll out. And then bridge rolls. So back onto the wheel with your backs. Going to start with a nice big breath in, rolling back. And then exhale down. So feet hip distance apart. Inhale to lift the hips. Reach the arms back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to lift. Keeping as symmetrical as you can so you don't fall off your wheel. Remember, it's quite narrow, so keep checking that it's completely in the center of your spine and you're lifting the hips up evenly. And lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. Engage fully into the abdominal area. Inhale. Lift and squeeze. Thighs and glutes. Hamstrings too. Exhale down. Let's do another 3. 1. 2. And 3. Last one. Lower yourself down. Doing a little forward fold with the feet on the wheel. So feet on, heels on the wheel. Making sure you're fully onto your sit bones. It's a work call, which I cannot take. Flex the feet. Breath in. Reach to the sky. Exhale, tilting forwards. So clasping hold of first the outer blades of the feet. Breath in, squeeze and lift. Squeeze navel to spine. Exhale, forward fold, and then reaching to the front of your wheel. So reaching down to the wheel as far forward as you can. Wiggle the fingers forwards. Look to your toes. 5 deep breaths here. So pushing the legs straight down. Taking out as much bend in the legs as you can. With every breath, see if you can reach a little bit further in front, further along the wheel, down a little bit further. So trying to pull the belly towards the thighs. Okay, slowly releasing. Take your legs off. And now legs bent, draping over the wheel. So come onto your knees. We're going to fold down over the wheel with the legs folded underneath. So getting that wheel into the lower back. Reaching towards the knees. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, open the chest, relax the neck. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you want to have a little reach back with the hands, lift the hips a bit higher, and start. Push into the heels of the hands with the hands to lift yourself up nice and slowly. Don't strain the neck. And give the body a little shake out. And then we're going to do a little L-sit work off the wheel. So take your blocks and place your blocks either side of the tops of the legs, kind of starting by the hip line forwards. So you can plant your hands firmly into the blocks and lift and lower. Going to do that 10 times. So that's 1. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. 2. So don't hunch the shoulders by the ears. Keep the shoulder blades down, shoulders down away from the ears, and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Squeeze into the thighs. You can point the toes or flex the feet. It's up to you. That's 2. 3. Lift. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. The wrist a little shake out, roll out. Now have a little go without the blocks. 1, 2. Pushing in. Don't have to get much of a lift. You can take the hands a little bit further forward now. 3, 4, 5. This is hard, I know. Squeeze into the thighs. 6, 7, 8. Keep looking forwards. 9 and 10. You'll feel it in the thighs. You'll feel it in the abdominal area. So now we're going to have a little go at holding it and lifting one leg at a time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower yourself down. Roll out the wrists. And now we're going to practice our lunging without the wheel first, because we're going to be doing that in the set. So step your right foot forward, slide the left leg back, tuck the back toes. It's like you're about to take a little sprint forwards. Take your hands onto your right thigh, lift the chest up, and then reach your arms to the sky. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, a little lower, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. Right leg back, left leg forwards. Sinking into the hips. So hips come forward, trying to get that knee kind of roughly at 90 degrees. Don't really want their knee to go over the ankle. Tuck the back toes, squeeze and lift into the back leg. So straightening the back leg, lifting it off the floor. Taking your hands onto your left thigh, stacking the back body nice and straight. Squeeze and lift into that back leg, into the glutes, pull the legs towards each other, reach up. 10, 9, look forwards, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach forwards. Knees down. Have a quick sip of something to hydrate you. Water, whatever you have. So we're going into our sets now. Starting with plank hold. I'm going to time us. We're going to hold it. So we go, see if we can do a minute. See if I've got that timer. Yep. So remember, hands together like this. Squeeze together with the wrists, holding and draping the fingers underneath the thumbs are on top. So we're going to go for a minute on this. Are you ready? Minute starts. Squeeze into the thighs, lift the legs up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Nice straight body, no banana shapes. A minute might be too long, 30 seconds might have been better, but you don't know till you try. I've not tried a minute, so let's try together. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Squeeze those thighs. Shaking's good, shaking's fine. Beginning to shake a little bit, yes. Draw navel to spine. Steady breaths. Unfortunately, you can't see my watch, so I don't know how many seconds we've got left, but stick with it, stay with it. Push a little bit harder into the wheel. There we go, that was 1 minute. Drop the knees down. So a minute is possible. I think we were doing about 30 seconds before. Let's roll the wrists out. Exercise number 2. Plank lifts. We're going to go for 10 leg lifts each side. So you do one leg at a time, do 10 and then 10. Are you ready? Set yourselves up. Squeeze into the supporting leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep your focus. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I know it's hard. I'm doing it with you. 2, 3. One leg's definitely harder than the other. It's a weaker leg lifting. That was 10 of each. Roll out the wrists. Next, we're going to do the pikes. So that's where we have our feet draped over the wheel behind us, hands down on the floor. So toes on top, front of the ankles on top. So you kind of have to set yourself up in that plank position to start. And then you're rolling onto the toes, lifting the hips. 1, keep it level. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you can't do 10, then do as many as you can. 8, 9, and 10. That really works the abdominals. Give your wrists a little roll out. Now we're going to take some weights when we do our seated leg lifts. Not tried this either, so let's give this a go. So sitting on your wheel, grab your weights. So remember, let's do first the overhead presses. So we're going to go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Weight goes down, hands go to hips. Extend one leg, bend the other. Squeeze and stabilize into the abdominal area. 10, 9, 8, 7, point the toes. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. Really root that foot in that's supporting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Working into hip flexors. 5. That's why those L-sits help. This all works towards those. I can't do a full L-sit myself. I blame my long legs. They're very long levers. But I got long arms, so, you know, every cloud, if you want to see it as such. Okay, so that's our seated leg lifts. Done our plank holds, and done our pikes. So we're going to do the roll in and out next from plank. So knee tucks this time rather than pike lifts. Hands down, feet on. Coming into your plank position, so make sure you got that wheel completely centered on your mat, between your distance between your hands, obviously. So you want to get completely straight. If you have a line down the middle of your mat, that can actually help you. It's like a guideline. So the legs are together, feet are together on top of the wheel, and coming into plank. And then we're drawing the knees in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Drop the knees. The wrists a little roll out. It's quite strong on the wrists, isn't it? Okay, sit-ups. We're going to do some chest presses while we're here as well. Why not? So want that wheel between the shoulder blades. So we're going to hold and do our chest presses first, and then, and then we will do our sit-ups. So lifting the hips up, so you have that flat body, reverse tabletop position. We have your wheel between the shoulder blades, even with the presses. 1, 2, 3, be careful. 4, do not move, just the arms. Do you not want to fall off this wheel? Steady. Take the weights down, then into your crunches. So we're going to crunch it in. 10, 9, 8, 7. Do be careful with that chest press thing. You have to have a completely stable position. Don't want any tipping of your wheel, because you'll land on it and it'll be very unpleasant. And lower yourself down. So what I mean by that is you have to be completely stable doing this chest press position, because we do not want to tip to the sides. If you feel yourself going down, then drop your bum and do your chest press like this with the bottom down. If you're not feeling stable, take the bum down and take your chest press like this. Okay, so that was our rolling ants. We've done the sit-ups, and now we're going to hold that lunge with the back foot on the wheel. So here we go. Foot on the wheel. Front foot stepping forwards. So drapes drapes. Yeah, drape your foot right over the wheel. It's like your front of your ankles over it, and the very start of your shin is going to be on the wheel. Hands onto the thigh or hands onto the floor. Straighten that back leg. Find that's kind of stable position. Gripping the wheel with the front of your foot and the toes. Then take your hands onto your front knee. Arms to the side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knee down. Other side. Really squeeze into the abs. Stabilize into the torso, into the trunk. Right. Other side. So foot over the wheel. Shin on. Hands onto thigh. Arms to the side. 10. Look forwards. 9, 8, 7. Squeeze the glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Okay. That was the holds. Now we're going to do those L-sit with the feet on the wheel. So take your hands onto blocks if you need to, but essentially we're going to come into that Purvottanasana position. So hips forwards, lift up like this, and then you're rolling back, keeping the bum lifted. Doing 10. And 10. Drop it down. Whew. Okay. And do a little shoulder dislocations now, just to finish off. Sitting back on your wheel. Take your strap wider than shoulder distance apart. You're going to take a big breath in as you reach the arms back. 1, 2, 3, 4, doing 10. Straight back. 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. Hold it back and release down. Set 1 done, round 1 done, 2 to go. Have a quick sip, something to drink. Right, let's do this. Round 2. 1 minute. Off we go. In our plank hold. Squeeze the thighs, glutes. Retract into the shoulder blades like we did in the beginning when we were doing our warm-up. So you're trying to, it's almost like you're doming that space between the shoulder blades. Squeeze the thighs, lift the belly. Don't stick the bum out. Check you're tucking it's called a posterior tilt. So that's an anterior tilt, posterior tilt. So you're actually tilting the pelvis backwards. So when you do any ab exercise, etc., you need a posterior tilt of the pelvis. Keep breathing. Squeeze the thighs a bit, glutes a bit, belly a bit, and lower the knees down. Well done. A little shake out of the wrists. Let's do the pikes. Do up to 10. Do as many as you can. Get your wheel Centered, feet on top. So setting up first in a pike position and a plank from a plank. Lift. 3 more. And drop the knees down. Well done. So it's a pike lifts. Oh, you forgot the leg lifts. So back. We do the leg lifts. Yes. So leg lifts. Back to our plank with our hands on the wheel. 10. 10 each side. Find that stable point. Really need to focus on this one. Up to 10. Each side. Ooh, it's hard, isn't it? Really have to focus. Keep your gaze on something. Don't look around. Maintain your focus. If you're getting a bit shaky, wobbly, that's to be expected. It's really quite intense. Okay, so pikes, seated, leg lifts. First to do chest press or overhead press, should I say. So as many, up to 10 as you like. Okay, right. So I'm going to go for 10 big ones. 1. Big exhale as you push up. 2. Stable body, navel to spine. Engage into your abs, fully supported lower back. Okay, into the leg lifts. 1 leg extends. Point the toes. Squeeze into the hip flexor, into the thigh, and also into the abdominals. Other side. It's amazing how different each leg is. My right side is so much stronger than my left. That's okay. Constantly working on trying to balance the left side and right side. That's good with these things, as we have to do both sides. Okay, that was all those 4 done. Number 5, roll in and out. Okay, knee tucks. Back to your plank. On the feet on the wheel this time. So then be pulling the knees in towards you. Instead of lifting the hips up, it's just rolling the knees in and out. Up to 10. Lower the knees down. Keep an eye on your wrists. Keep rolling them out. Okay. Into that chest press position. Now, please, please, please be mindful of being completely stable if you're doing the chest press. So as I said, you can do it like this. quite nice actually with the back pushing against the wheel. It's a really good support. So 10 of those. Then 10 sit-ups. Lifting the hips up, having that wheel between the shoulder blades. Crunch and squeeze. So let me just remind you, posterior, that's a anterior tilt, that's a posterior tilt. So we're tilting the pelvis backwards. So imagine the top of the pelvis, that's a posterior tilt, that would be an anterior tilt. So we want a posterior tilt. So it's like you're trying to bring your hips in towards your shoulders, and then we're squeezing. Squeeze into the glutes and the hamstrings. Lower the hips down. So I hope that feels clear. So posterior tilt, it means you're going backwards with the hips away from you. And you're lifting the hips upwards, but the rotation is this way. So that's a posterior tilt, okay? Okay, so sit-ups. Let's hold the lunge. I wonder if there's anything else we could do whilst holding this. Let me have a little think. So if we were here, maybe we could take a weight. So you got one hand down, spider fingers. Let's do a little one arm row. Squeeze the thigh and the back leg. Other side. That was quite good. So working the back leg. So draping that foot and the very low part of the shin. So one hand down, just a little support. Make sure you have your foot evenly on the wheel. As you see, it just tipped over there before I even started. So you have to have it right in the middle. Set yourselves up, squeeze that back leg. 5. 10. Okay, drop the knee down. L sits to tabletop. Get it completely level in the middle. Otherwise, everything just tips to the side. First, setting up, pushing forwards, lift the hips up, open the shoulders, point the toes, squeeze the thighs, and then rolling back. Bum stays lifted off, then you're on the heels. So you're rolling onto the calves, rolling onto the heels. 2. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. In, exhale, keep it lifted. Put some blocks under the hands if your arms aren't long. Lower it down. Take a little sip of water. We won't do the shoulder dislocations again. That was just to roll out the shoulders a little bit. Okay, final round. It's taking a little bit longer today for some reason. It's normally 45 minutes, but it's okay. We'll keep going. 1 minute, let's go. Even, symmetrical placement, hands, legs. Gaze to the middle, ahead of your wheel. Squeeze and lift into the belly. Squeeze those hips. That's the anterior. We want a posterior tilt of the pelvis. Dome the space between the shoulder blades. Breathe, squeeze, and breathe. Start to shake a bit. Me too. You got this. It's a bit like when you do our wall sits. Hold on until I say stop. Not long now. There we go. Release your knees down. Roll out the wrists. Give them a shake. Okay. Let's go back up on there. 10 leg lifts each side. Okay. Let's do it. Focus and concentrate. Set up other side. 10 if you can. Minimum of 5. Squeeze into the abs, the glutes, into that leg thigh that's supporting. And slowly down. Shake wrists. Pikes. 10 of. Legs together. Squeeze the legs together. Feet evenly on top. Okay. 10, 9, 8. Take one breath in as you lift. Exhale as you lower. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 3, 2, and 1. Wow. Shake the wrist. Let's sit on our wheels. Chest press or overhead press. I still haven't found out how much these weigh. They feel so heavy. I'm going to do 10 though. Big exhale as you push up. 2 more. You can see my face that I'm straining. Leg lifts. 10, 9, 8, 7. Squeeze. Other side. There we go. Okay, knee tucks I think are next. Yep, knee tucks. 10 of those. Plank, feet on the wheel, knees roll in and out. And release down. Shake those wrists. Sit-ups, but first chest press. So choosing your position. If you want to be in this position, please, 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 make sure you're stable. Don't want to hear of any mishaps. Safety first. So roll that wheel completely into the center of the back. Give that posterior tilt. Slowly down, drop the hips if you'd lifted them, weights come down. Posterior tilt still. Let's do 15. And 10. Right, lunges. Let's hold the lunge overhead with the arms this time. So choosing one leg forwards, one leg back, which one? Up to you. This time we're going to hold it with the arms lifted. 10, 9, 8, 7. Do a little mini movement with the arms. 4, 3, cactus, and 1. Other side. Okay, ready? Reach up. 1, 2, squeeze. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower the arms. Drop the knee. L sits. Okay. Up we go. I'm gonna do 15. 1, 2. You do 10 if you want to. Join me for 15 if you think you've got it. Another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. Take a sip of water. So your choice now to do a little play upside down. Playtime. Wheel to the wall. Bring my mat over. So a little tripod with the head against the back of the head against the wheel. So hands shoulder distance apart. Spread the fingers wide. You're going to draw the elbows in. You're going to be pushing into the heels of the hands. So claw the hands. So you're kind of really pushing into the floor with the hands. Back of the head, crown of the head to the floor, and the back of the head is pushing into the back of the wheel. Lift the hips up, walk the feet in. And now you'll feel the wheel pushing into the space between your shoulder blades. Bring your knees up onto the backs of the legs. So from here you can lift up 1, tap down with the knees, back to the legs. and move back to the arms. Then hold it up. 5, elbows tuck. 3, squeeze them towards each other. 2, and 1. Little handstand if you want, fancy a handstand. Head, this time, halfway between, it's kind of like the hairline and the crown of the head. So it's above the hairline, just a fraction. So you're looking down between the hands, push into the hands, lift the hips up, walk the toes in, and kicking up. 3, 2, and slowly down. Roll out the wrists. Finish with a little crow. Feet on. So, crow pose. Hands down, claw the floor with the hands. So you want that wheel behind you, pushing against the wall. So draw your hips up, the elbows. We're going to drop down because you're going to bend into the arms a little bit. Pushing the knees into the backs of the arms or slightly to the outside. Look forwards. Be brave. You need to find that correct distance between for your knees. Oops, onto the wheel. Feet onto the wheel. I'm actually better without the wheel to do the crow, to be completely honest. I find it a little bit awkward, but some people enjoy having something for their toes to land onto. There we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you want to do a little crow without the wheel, just practice. I haven't done that for a while. Squeeze and lift. 3, 2, 1. Arms are a bit shaky. Let's roll out on our wheel. So hip to the wheel. Let's roll out our IT band. So using your hands for support. That's a lovely massage on the legs. Onto the other side. So bring your thigh on, then you roll it. If you have a foam roller, you'll know what this feels like. And take child's pose. Put the wheel to the side, head down. Roll the shoulders forward. Take a few breaths. In and out. Inhale, come up. A little forward fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach to the feet or beyond. Use your strap if you want to. Also use your wheel. Just for something to pull against. If you want to do a little back stretch again, you drape yourself over the wheel. You can bend the knees if you feel like it. Reach the arms back. And then straighten the legs. Bend the knees. Slowly bring your hands forwards towards your knees. Bring the chest up. Reach back. Take your arms underneath. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Open the chest. Bring the one arm in front of the other. Stretching the arms if you've done some arm weights like me. Then arm behind. Stretch triceps a little bit. Put hands behind. Reach back. Arms reach wide. Back, back, back. Give yourselves a hug. Well done, everybody. That was super tough. Always is. Well done. Hope you enjoyed that. Here in the morning, 6:30 for sunrise. Have a lovely day. Bye for now.